like some of the things that you guys do on InfoWars, but I think some of it can be a little bit lunacy, you know. So I listen to some of the things that you do, and I believe a lot of the things. But when at the end of the day, Hillary's going to appoint a Supreme Court justice, possibly up to 4. That's better for America, better for workers, better for my son, better for the air that they breathe, the water that they drink. Okay, so that in the end, okay, yes, President Obama's gone, but he appointed 2 Supreme Court justices. He's going to recess, appoint a 3rd to protect Hillary. He really is. So, I mean, so.
You guys know I don't like that stuff. Yeah, man. Bro, you sent me with a freaking rock. What's your name, bro? You sent me with a rock. You. Yeah, you. You guys hit me with a freaking rock. There you ran. Now I got the tear gas in my lungs. Left of the barricade. Alright, so we're outside the Trump event. It just wrapped up. Well, it wrapped up a while ago, but probably about 20 minutes ago they shot the tear gas off, and we talking to this gentleman and he wants to tell us his thoughts on it.
The only reason that they started shooting tear gas at us is because an old man was pushed by a police officer. I asked, let him pass. Let him walk away, he had a cane. No, he hits him in the face for no apparent reason. When Donald Trump showed up, look how heavy and hate he brought here. I stand for people, our armed services, our men and women in uniform. We're supposed to stand united, but he brings division. He brings hatred. We're supposed to stand united, aren't we? Aren't we all Americans? Our liberty is supposed to be upheld. Our Constitution is supposed to be held in the strongest upset. My bad.
I'm gonna challenge you here for 1 second. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter at all, but I'm gonna say this to you. Donald Trump didn't set any trash can fires. Donald Trump didn't throw any rocks. All the other stuff you seen out here, he did not do that.
The reason that, fires started earlier, but when that man was attacked by a police officer, that incited violence. Obviously, they brought it when they attacked that innocent man. Now, what the is that supposed to be about? My bad. Excuse my language.
Say what you gotta say.
But you know, look it. We're supposed to protect foreign and domestic. But they're domestic here. They're bringing domestic terrorism to us. We're all Americans. We have the free to stand where we please. We're not sheep. We're not slaves. Oh, my bad.
I'll say what you gotta say.
And, you know, we're supposed to stand. Look at what they're trying to do. They're trying to force us on our knees. American was founded on revolution. We're founded on immigrants. George Washington, we should take example. Abraham Lincoln, Patton, they fought for this country, didn't they? Didn't they do any good? We must stand. We must stand united.
And I'm not sure how, if at all the anti-Trump demonstrators help their cause tonight? I'm by no means a Donald Trump supporter, but if I was to watch a video of people yelling and cussing at old women and little kids, that's not somebody I would want to team up with. Just vile rhetoric. And people talk about Donald Trump's races, and yeah, he said a bunch of controversial stuff, but I've seen people just say the most hateful things, whether it's Hispanic to Hispanic, or white to white, whatever else, just attacking people on their physical appearance, just, all manner of childishness, like being in a 13-year-old or a 13-year-old lunchroom with a bunch of kids, That's pretty much how it was. And I have to say, I did not see any Donald Trump supporters acting vile or vicious. Everybody I talked to was very polite. Even if I didn't agree with all their policies, they could explain why they felt that way in a very eloquent manner. And I found some anti-Trump people that could do so as well, but the number of Trump people that could speak their mind eloquently was much higher than the people I spoke to who opposed Donald Trump. They just yelled and cursed and, F this and, you do that with your mother, all that kind of stuff.
It's a little crazy, but this is what happens when Donald Trump comes to a Latin nation. But also, we're New Mexico, so let's get this straight. We're not in Mexico. We're New Mexico. We're above Mexico.
The TSA, a monstrosity of bloated George Bush-era New World Order policy resulting from the nefarious relationship between the Bush family and the Saudis. This relationship has forced Rand Paul to file an amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act mandating that the 28 classified pages of the 9/11 report be released within 60 days of the NDAA being signed into law later this year. Meanwhile, the TSA costs the taxpayers in the ballpark of $7 billion annually. Money spent on a long, embarrassing track record, resulting in Homeland Security being successful in smuggling guns and bombs through TSA security 67 out of 70 times. Loaded guns still pass right through the TSA, as happened in Atlanta recently, not to mention the fact that you have a pretty good chance of being robbed by a TSA agent. RT reported that a TSA agent convicted of stealing more than $800,000 worth of goods from travelers said this type of theft is commonplace among airport security. Almost 400 TSA officers have been fired for stealing from passengers since 2003. But there we are, standing in long lines, each one of us having our Fourth Amendment rights violated and our tax dollars squandered, while the borders remain wide open as drug traffickers, child rapists, and terrorists surge through the unprotected property of American citizens while the Border Patrol is ordered to stand down. Meanwhile, as many as 4,000 flyers missed their flights on American Airlines from February of this year alone. Got it? Illegal aliens move freer than American citizens, and we are paying for it.
The borders are open, and we have mainstream news articles admitting that they fly in planes to New York every day out of Mexico and other countries, and no one is even checked. No IDs are even looked at. Congress approves TSA request for screeners to meet summer crush. They're going to get an additional $34 million to hire an additional 768 new officers and pay overtime for 42,000 plus.
So what does the establishment do? The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform fired Kelly Hogan, the TSA's chief of security, mainly because Hogan, who was paid $181,000 a year, received $90,000 in bonuses, regardless of the fact that TSA had been recently revealed to be a complete failure. As if that fixes the problem. And the only recourse for the airlines as Memorial Day weekend looms is for the airlines to take over the gridlock. Bloomberg reports American, Delta, and United Airlines will spend as much as $4 million each for extra workers at their busiest airports to help manage lines and shuffle bins at checkpoints, freeing up TSA officers to focus on screening. Carriers and airports also are diverting some of their own employees to take the load off TSA staff. You want a solution? Shut down the TSA and reinvigorate the spirit of the American people by restoring the Fourth Amendment. Terrorists want to take a plane over? Well, our Second Amendment rights have a pretty simple fix for that. Of course, I admit, a shootout at 35,000 feet isn't the smartest solution. So if the bureaucracy must continue, take that $7 billion spent on the TSA annually and expand and modify the highly trained Sky Marshal Service into an agency that actually obeys the Bill of Rights. Because right now, the only thing the TSA provides is a guaranteed false sense of security to protect the travelers who are being set up for disaster by an alphabet agency expanding its grip on the very freedom and security the TSA supposedly protects. John Bound for INFOWARS.com.
Everybody, please hold up your OC Weekly sign. Please. What do you guys want to do to this piñata? All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys do what you guys want to do to this piñata. Go ahead. Go ahead. Everybody, come on.
Yes, are your parents legal? I'm asking a question. Obviously, they're not. Maybe you were born here.
Don't listen to his bullshit.
Maybe you were born here. But were parents legal?
You are racist.
Yes, it
you
does.
You are a racist.
Because they shouldn't be in this country.
Racism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
They can go back to whatever country they were born in.
Everyone in this country was not from here. We're all immigrants.
Exactly.
We are all immigrants.
Look,
a lot of people are better before.
that's what God gave us. That's what makes us all equal. He gave us rights. No, you.
Mexico is very hard on their borders. Why don't you go down south?
This is going to prevail. Heaven and earth will pass
But you lost the land. Thank God you lost the land. You think we want America to be like Mexico? No. If you want it, go to Mexico. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
You're browner than us. He is browner than us. You go to Mexico. He has accused me of dying of AIDS. He has called me a girl. He is homophobic. He is racist. Why would we halt Islam? Islamic people do nothing wrong. It is a bunch of group of people who are terrorizing has nothing to do with the religion.
On the sidewalk. Let's go. Out of the street. On the sidewalk. Get up on the sidewalk.
Disrespect your flag, but I love my country.
I love my country. I love it.
We're going through hard times. I love this
I love this country as much as
Thank you.
We all love America.
We all love America.
We don't like the way it's going.
Right now.
Hey, we're just trying to walk. You guys are blocking our way.
Just because you don't like Trump doesn't mean you don't have to love our country.
I said I'm not for Trump.
That's fair enough. See, we can come to an agreement, right? We can come to an agreement.
We lead the way for the nation right here. You know? Everyone has different views, I guess, you know?
We all have different views, and one is we're all getting screwed.
Bernie knows about it. I think we're in
I almost got trampled.
Bernie knows. So Bernie knows. I'm not saying Bernie knows. I'm not saying any of these politicians know. I'm just saying Trump doesn't know. You know?
Where's the love?